Welcome everyone to episode 15 of Nostalgia Critique. I am Mark.
And I'm Matt. I remember it, so you don't have to.
Oh, shit. And joining us in the back today, we have Mr. Alex. How you doing today, Alex?
I'm doing, yeah.
Yeah? Just yeah?
That's right.
Oh, okay. That's... Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So,
All right.
Bruh.
Here's a podcast where we talk about games from way back then or, you know...
Or like 10 years ago.
10 years ago, maybe. Like
or more.
Yeah, you never know. So, you talk about it. We talk, like, our memories of it, and we basically...
Meh.
We talk about, we basically see how much it's worth now and stuff, so we go from there.
Bruh.
So, you know what game, like, I guess this is probably a good time to talk about this game, even though this is about 10 years old.
What?
It's actually, they did a series of it recently on HBO, so sometimes...
What is that? Leisure Suit Larry?
No, it's Velma.
Oh.
Velma.
Oh, sweet.
The
Bruh.
Velma game that came out,
Velma,
too.
finally.
I'm just kidding, it's Last of Us.
Ah, shit, bruh.
It came on the PlayStation 3, I think about June 2013. The last time I remember, like around that time.
This game's had 5 million remakes because it's amazing.
Well, here's funny enough though about this game. Like, it came out like literally at the end of the PlayStation 3 cycle, because PS4 came out November that year.
Damn.
So like 6 months later or whatever, it came out, like the PS4 came out, and I think the remaster came out like not so much later, maybe like a few years later.
Yeah, because I remember playing one and then being like, oh, well, shit, here's this other one. It's already out. It's a remaster.
That's what I got. I got the one for PlayStation 4 as a remaster.
Yeah, I remember getting this one first, and then I got the remaster one actually for free.
Bruh.
Surprisingly.
I
wow,
accidentally
really?
bought the other remaster and I didn't remember it.
Oh wow, yeah.
Whoops.
But they also I think they re-released this like 3 times. Or no, I'm sorry, 2 times.
Yeah.
So one for the PS4, the remastered version, which is basically just like updated graphics and nothing crazy. It's still basically the same game. It's just they haven't done anything else except for like just the graphics, and I think it's in like 4K and stuff like that.
I think they may have also done stuff with the AI, if I'm not mistaken.
With the remastered version?
No, for the remake.
Oh no, the remake for the Last of Us Part 1, which is actually the remake on the PS5.
Yeah.
Yes, they actually updated that a lot. So they basically kind of made like this similar engine. They said they built it from the ground up, but I think they used the same engine as the one for the Last of Us
sequel.
Part 2, the sequel. So so definitely it's improved a lot. So that was pretty cool. So I guess let's just talk about the original game. Like, you remember everything like stands out to you when you think of The Last of Us?
Bill.
Bill.
I love Bill.
Bill.
Yeah, the Bill area was my favorite. I loved the Bill area. It was very cool.
Oh, it was really cool, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah. That was your favorite part of the game, I guess?
Yeah. That was one of my favorite parts. There was a lot of great parts in that game. The school. The school was a lot of fun. You get the big old boomer.
That's true, yeah. So I
That
guess
was sick.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it.
I finished my part. I was going to say something, but...
No way.
Well, anyway, so, yeah, I probably jumped way too ahead, but if you guys don't remember, like, or if you guys ever, like, played this game or even know what the story is or haven't even watched the show, you should probably watch it anyway. It's about, like, a guy named Joel who is... It takes place in, like, it starts in 2013, where the day of the outbreak happens.
He's trying to become the piano man.
He does, actually. And he doesn't, unfortunately. But he also loses something very important that day, too. Is his daughter, who dies.
Yeah.
Because some army man just shoots the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Spoilers for The Last of Us. Obviously.
The first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, whatever. If you haven't seen the HBO show or whatever right now, then...
Yeah, we're probably also going to be talking about like things we liked and didn't like about the game. So.
Oh, true. But by the time since this comes out after the show anyway, so...
Yeah,
the show
correct.
is over, but now anyway, so... but anyway, like, yeah, so that's what happens in the beginning. It takes place 20 years later. He wakes... It takes place, and then, like, he's waking, like, a QZ center, like...
Quarantine zone.
Yep. So what happened is, though, is, like... basically, like, they have all these, like, zombie people, like, infected people who get fucked up by the cordyceps.
The fungal infection.
Yep. And what's cool about that is, like, they kind of, like, the people who wrote this, or who directed this, and, like, Neil Druckmann and stuff like that, basically took that from, like, an actual thing, the cordyceps, which is actually an actual...
For insects.
Yeah, basically, it's a fungi that takes over insects' bodies and controls them, and basically become like zombie and stuff like that, which is not pleasant.
Nah, it's genius.
It's like, what if we do that for humans?
Yeah,
And this is what we get The Last of Us. So, so basically, most of the game is that like it takes place 20 years later, in like it's 2013, so it's 2033, I think. That's when it happens.
Oh, yeah.
That's when most of the game takes place in. And basically, Joel is supposed to deliver this girl to, he's basically tasked to deliver like to their fireflies, basically, because she is immune to this. The only girl that's immune to this, apparently. So that's the most of the game, and I don't know, like anything else that you think of when you think of The Last of Us? Like,
no, you hit all the spots. There's a zoo. The zoo
is there a
spot.
zoo?
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it's a zoo, right? I guess
it's the outdoor.
Yeah,
where
they
you
see
like, the
giraffes and they're
stuff.
like, "Wow, a zoo!"
Yeah,
And then she plays a kazoo and
yeah, and she plays the slide whistle.
yeah.
That's her main instrument for the game.
Yeah, only the first game, but yeah. Alex, any thing comes to your mind when you think of The Last of Us?
So I like game lots.
Yes,
I very much enjoy games.
I too.
the game's perfect.
So I was actually a fan of the Uncharted series prior. So I had played the Uncharted games, and when I first played The Last of Us, I kind of wasn't sure what I was going to be in for. And I thought it was going to be more of like the same in terms of like Uncharted was, in terms of, climbing stuff, going over things and all that. But I think the core of The Last of Us is like that, the story that it tells, and like everything else is just gameplay around it, which is pretty unique for a game, I think, especially of that time too. So,
Yeah. In case you guys don't know, Uncharted was made by the same developers,
Naughty Dog,
who did also Crash Bandicoot, Jack and Daxter. I don't know, like that's basically the other games.
those are the big ones.
Those are basically the big ones. Those and like
Pamela
Uncharted
Anderson's
was like
Makeout Simulator.
Yeah, Uncharted was mostly of like PS3 games, and then like you got The Last of Us now as well.
Oh, Schindler's List VR. They also did.
Yeah, I think I played the game. It was alright. It was too much. There was like no color in the game though.
Yeah, I thought it was not very tasteful, but it was a pretty good game.
But yeah, like I said before, like it's mostly people who like it's basically like it's humans who are affected with the cordyceps, like fungi who take over like the whole brain and everything like that. And I think it was pretty neat. It was a neat spin on like zombies and stuff like that, because it was like it's just like maybe like a real life situation that could take over someone's body like that, and like obviously it doesn't happen now, but like it's like a what if scenario, and I thought that was pretty cool. And you see like 4 different stages of them too. Like you see like runners, which is just like who got recently affected and stuff like that. You got like the clickers, which is like basically like the second stage, I guess you can say, because the stuff starts growing on their head. Actually, I'm sorry, I went ahead one. Stalkers are the second one, because they have like stuff growing on their eyes starting to, and like they're kind of like they're fucking annoying shits, by the way, too, in the game. Like they are like sneaky motherfuckers, and they try to surprise you. It's like annoying as shit. Then you got the clickers, which is like basically like they can't see.
Yep.
But they look through like a sonar, like a sonar thing, right? Am I saying it right, Alex?
Yeah, they're able to hear really well. So where they lack in eyesight, they make up for in hearing.
They use like the whole clickers, because they use like the
Yep.
use like their like I can't do it.
Echolocation.
Echolocation. Thank you.
Echo.
But yeah,
like
they
a
use
bat.
that to find everyone. Basically, they use by sound and like making like even like reloading your weapon, they'll fucking find you easily, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then you got the bloaters as well, and they're like the big motherfuckers who throw spores at you.
Big funny fat.
And
Like a mushroom.
and then they go near you, you fucking get killed. You get wrecked by them, easily by them. Like
Yeah. Big funny fat are strong.
Big funny fat mushroom. Yum yum.
So I guess another thing too, like I guess we'll talk about quickly is the graphics. I guess in this game, the game looks really great, even on the PS3.
Yeah, oh my
if you play
God.
the PS3 right now, it still looks really great. I find it really great. Like it's obviously looks a little dated, but like I think it still holds up really well. Obviously, the PS4 remaster looks like better. Like I played it like recently, about a month ago, and it still holds up even to that standard. I think it did a really good job. The sound is really good.
Got cool music.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool sound effects, you name it.
Oh, totally, yeah. And just like the AI is pretty well, like it's really good
smart.
in the game too. Yeah, pretty smart. Like I think they adapted shit from like the Uncharted series, I believe. So, yeah. And like I said, the story is really great too. It's like a cinematic kind of game.
Oh my god, yeah. And it hits you with those feels big time.
Oh, Sarah's death and stuff like that in the beginning. That's like a whole like emotional thing, I guess.
Yeah.
They don't know how they fucking did it somehow in the fucking first 10 minutes of the game somehow. So.
So apparently, when Neil Druckmann was making the game, he took a lot of inspiration from like Ico. Yeah, have you guys played that game before?
I've played probably like 10 minutes of it, probably most likely, yeah.
Yeah, so Ico is a game where you kind of like leading someone around, and it's like this girl in this weird, strange world, and a lot of the gameplay is by like holding her hand and bringing her different places and stuff like that.
Oh, your room's coming down. Oh no!
I was sorry. I wasn't just using the force on the wall or grabbing one of my posters.
Chris Chan's room.
But yeah, so and I guess that makes sense. So they said they wanted to merge Ico meets like Resident Evil 4.
I think they did a great job.
Concept.
Honestly. It's just like they did a great job. Like the enemies, like with the clickers and stuff like that. Like I'm sorry, the affected at all in general. But I think there's also another factor too, is like the humans in the game.
Correct. Yeah.
Which is like I think even more scarier because it's just like they're smarter and stuff like that. And they actually can shoot at you and stuff. I feel like that's just they're a little more dangerous because of that reason. And like that whole section, I think one of my favorite parts in the game is actually the when you first encountered them in the
at the dock
in Pittsburgh. Yeah. Which you find you just like I think it's like a whole. I think the whole part's pretty cool just because, like, you first encounter them, but you become such a threat to them that they get, like, fucking, they're, like, all talking about you, like, throughout, like, the whole level. Like, oh, shit, did you find those fucking girls that killing everyone out? Like, they're wiping everyone out and shit. And I thought that was, like, you know, that's a nice little attention to details, like, how scary Joel can be in the game.
Yeah. I think it paints an east, like, once again, the story is crazy because how good it's displayed. In a world where, like, there's these crazy fungus monsters that are chasing you and they are activated by sound and they can kill you in one grab, the scarier thing is, like, a group of people. And that's so nuts to display in a game. It's so cool the way they pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of, like, I guess a lot of zombie or end the world type of thing, they do show that a lot. Like, but it's still kind of cool. They still show that because it probably would happen realistically in life. But, like, I don't know, like that part was like probably my favorite part personally.
I mean, you look at like World War Z, Night of the Living Dead, and stuff like that. The zombie is the scary thing, you know. Ash versus the Evil Dead, all that stuff. It's like no, the scary thing is the monster. So when you run into a person and that's the scary part, it's like people are monsters, especially with how the later game is treated when you're playing as Ellie. It's nuts.
Yeah, you know what I thought like was really interesting. It's funny because I think it's like a meme about this too. Like basically like you know normal games like oh shit like oh whatever oh like oh it's just three people or whatever and like in Last of Us like oh shit 3 people or whatever because like it's just like I don't know it's like a little more challenging. It feels like you have to actually think of what to do. You can sneak around.
Yeah, they give you options.
You can stealth. You can just fucking go blast it in. But you most likely do that.
Yeah,
most likely will be. But you know, I think it's just pretty neat that they have like those options and stuff too.
Plus the weapon building, where like the
customization
the
weapons,
shivs and everything, and the little bombs that you can make,
Molotovs and shit.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
That was awesome.
You have to like you can heal like you have to heal in real time and stuff like that. So you have to like use a med kit. You have to like make sure you heal fast and stuff.
Yeah,
or else someone fucks you up.
And even being able to distract an enemy and everything by throwing a brick.
Yeah, tossing the brick in the bottle.
You toss them at them and they fucking like you just like you know can like just like I don't know like go up to them and punch them. Like even with the clickers or whatever, you gotta like distract them by throwing bricks or whatever to get them distracted.
Yeah.
The only thing that ever really had stuff like that I remember is like Hitman. So that was once I played that, I was like, oh my god, this is sick, crazy.
Another thing about that too, like,
really
it's pretty interesting with the how the AI is kind of smart or like they get triggered by a certain action. So say if you're about to shoot at someone, you run out of ammo. They go, hey, he's out of ammo. Like they literally let yell out and they start getting aggressive towards you because you ran out of ammo and stuff. And it's like, or if like you pin them down, you basically like you beat them up and they go on the ground, they're kind of kneeling, they beg for their lives. You don't kill them or whatever. It's just it's like nice little details like that makes it a great game. I think personally. You have any other thoughts to like at least memories of the game, Alex?
No, yeah, I don't think I played a game like that at the time, or when I first picked it up. To the point, I've played this game and run through it like 3 times in full, if not 4. I'm playing the remake now, the part 1 or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Gianna wanted to play it because the show was coming out.
Oh.
So she's like, we got to play the remake. And it's cool. I don't know. It's something that you don't really experience in gaming. I mean, certain games give you that same aspects. Like, oh, you have the partner, you're traveling through the world, and like you're growing a bond. And just the way this story like subverts expectations with stuff too. And then even the second game where it's like, oh shit, I didn't expect the game to go in this direction. I think it's one of the best games out there. If you guys can't tell, I like this game.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like, it's definitely one of my favorite PS3 games. Honestly, PlayStation games in general.
Yeah.
At least like Naughty Dog does a great job with like their games. Like, I love Crash Bandicoot. I love Jak and Daxter. I love Uncharted series. I love The Last of Us. I think The Last of Us might be my favorite one by if I had to pick like a favorite series from them, in general. But yeah, it had a great storytelling. Like, you could talk, like the whole talk, like conversing with like other people like throughout the game, like just like even like during action, like or you're just walking to another place, you can talk with like you have like optional like interactions with like Ellie or like Tess or whatever too. And you meet other people along the way, and like you just see like how they react to the world. Like Sam and Henry, like that thing was crazy too. Like Sam getting like infected and like like that whole scene was just like fucking like insane. There's like a lot of good things to talk about it. Like, I don't know, like if I really have that much negative things to say about this game because I really liked it.
It's an iconic game. It's an essential for like PlayStation. If you have a PlayStation, you have to have The Last of Us. Like, I feel like
any PlayStation, you get any console. That you
can yeah. Thankfully, it's one of those games where you can actually pick up everywhere.
Like I said, if you haven't like played it yet, I mean, you're better off playing like the Part 1 version, and just because like it's updated and like it's more like. I mean, I'm sure you played the remastered version, the PS4, like the PS4 version, and the remastered one. It will still be great to play. Like I'm still having a good time with it, but playing Part 1 would just be a better experience. I feel like, in my opinion.
I got a few interesting tidbits if you guys are interested in hearing.
Yes, go ahead.
Did you guys know that this actually started as a 6-issue comic book, and it was going to be called The Turning? And it was pitched to indie companies, and apparently they turned down the comic.
Well, it sucks for them. They're probably kicking themselves now.
Yeah,
that's some of them. But honestly, though, I don't think anyone could do it better than Naughty Dog, in my opinion. Like, they're probably like one of my favorite. Like, they're my favorite. Like, one of my favorite developers because they do such a great job with the games. Always. Like, I don't think I ever had a complaint with any other games, really. Yeah, that's my opinion.
And then the idea was an infection that only spread through women, apparently.
What?
And it followed a man who was immune, and he was trying to bring the cure, and then apparently Naughty Dog was like, nah, that's super like sexist.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
So
didn't they do some similar to Children of Men, kind of like where they have like, or that was like a baby thing, right? I was like Children of Men was like a baby, like I'm thinking of a different movie.
What?
There's a movie where like it's the end of the world and it's like this one. I don't know. I can't remember. Like it's a kid or. I think where people can't have kids anymore, and one more person actually is actually having a kid, and they're basically trying to escape. I don't know. They're trying to bring them to somewhere safe or whatever.
What is it, The Bride and Handmaid's Tale?
Probably that too. I don't know. No, it was like I think it was called Children of Men. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Dang.
I only watched it once, and that was like so long ago. I don't remember honestly that much of it, but yeah, it's like I said, a great game.
Do you think a reason it holds up is because the way they did like even early on, they had the motion capture and they had everything done, like the acting performances, the people they picked and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely the performance and the acting skills by the people themselves. Was it Troy Baker is one of them? The other one, I forgot the last name. Ashley something. I can't think of her last name.
Johnson.
Thank you, Ashley Johnson. The actress who plays Tess did really well too, and I'm kicking myself for forgetting that too. She actually fortunately passed away about like a month ago.
Dang. Yeah.
Which is really sad. But they all did such a great job. The acting was great in the game. But I think it's just how the gameplay was in general, like, and what you can do, and like how different you can play every time you play it. You can go you can go stealth and you can go guns blazing. Like there are parts like where like I basically avoided a bunch of like there was like basically a bloater. Like I think it was in the school area or whatever it was. Not in the first school, the college place, and I managed to escape the bloater. I think I threw like a Molotov first off, then I threw a bottle away to keep the bloater away. Then I ran to the door to get out of there, and basically like I was opening the door, and the bloater kept on coming closer and closer and closer, and I got out. Luckily, I was like, "Oh shit, that's like nerve-wracking shit right there." So.
Yeah, from what I was told, me and my brother played the game very differently too, because I'm used to like something's cool to me when you're able to sneak around and take the guys out, and you kind of feel like a secret agent. You're like, oh shit, yeah, I got all of them, and they didn't even notice me. And then my brother plays like. Like he's the Punisher.
Punish.
Yeah, punish. And he like runs around just apparently literally just punching everybody.
That's
I do that too now, because the first time I played it, I'm more sneaking around and stuff. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I'll get it for you. Just give me a second.
Yeah. But anyway, we're sneaking around and stuff like that, and but now I'm playing like as a I usually like this thing.
Punish. Punish.
But yeah, I mostly I'm like playing. Actually, I'm showing my friend that game now because she wants to see it.
Yeah,
and like she wants to see me play because she likes watching people play games or whatever. So like, yeah, I'll play the game or whatever. And now I'm playing it, and she likes she's funny because like I'm basically just beating the shit out of them. I'm playing on easy mode, by the way, because I don't want to fucking do medium and hard. I don't want to keep repeating the same damn just one go. But you know what's interesting too? I didn't realize this. The first time I played the game, it was on easy. When I played on a hard difficulty, there was one section which was really interesting, and like in the whole in the hotel section where you get split up from Ellie, like basically like you fall down the elevator shaft.
Yep.
And she's still up there. You have to try to find your way up. There's a bloater down there. On easy mode, there isn't. And when I played the second time, I'm like, there's a fucking bloater down here. I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah.
And I was like, that was a nice surprise. I was like, they changed things, and like other than just like how hard is it hit someone or like how much health they have.
Edward.
Speaking of that,
damn,
I think I gotta take a break anyway. I gotta relax a little bit.
I feel like cordyceps are setting in.
I know, right? But anyway, here comes an ad break.
Hell yeah!
We'll come back to you soon. So
see you in like 2 seconds.
2 seconds? No,
yeah.
The ad break is like the ad break's like at least a minute, I think. Unless they skip it. Yeah. Anyway, we're talking too long. So yeah, we'll see you in a little bit.
See you in a minute. Bye.
Bye.
Fortnite.
There we go.
What's that about?
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
3, 2.
See, Matt.
Yeah.
You got a nice chair right there.
You better believe it. If I'm getting a cordyceps infection and I need to sit in one spot for an eternity, I'm sitting in this fucker.
Yeah, think about it. Actually, oh my god, I'm in one too. That's amazing.
Yeah, we got these very comfortable chairs.
What are these chairs called exactly?
Vertagear.
Vertagear. Oh yeah.
Vertagear.
These are the most comfortable chairs ever.
For Vertagear. It's not for vendetta. Unless you got a vendetta against uncomfortableness. And that's the only vendetta I got. I'm not.
Nope.
Actually, now that I think about it, I do remember. Actually, I think Alex actually got these from SPACEZAMBONIE.com/Vertagear.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy. Like, must have got a deal on it or something, because like these chairs are amazing. What'd you spend on this? Like $1,000 or whatever?
What? No. Not at all. But if you go to SPACEZAMBONIE.com/Vertagear, you can check out all the chairs that they have. They have the P line, the S line, the trigger line, so many lines. Wow!
Oh. Wow, that's crazy. What else? Well, okay. You know what? What game I've been playing recently too?
Fortnite?
Whoa.
The Terracotta Pie game.
Not that game.
Fortnite.
I've actually been playing too.
Bruh. When's Will Smith gonna be in Fortnite again?
Hopefully soon. Like if his skin comes out, I want to
slap someone else.
Oh god. But he's got like a giant like foam finger.
Yeah.
Actually, there is one actually for John Cena.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Like pickaxe.
He's got a slap meter. When he slaps enough people, they unlock his skin again.
I need that. I want that.
So like usually when I go on Fortnite deal, when I do buy a lot of skins.
Yeah.
Before that, I usually hit a creator code. There's a creator code on there. You get this like the square or the whatever it is, like the whatever button it is.
Yeah, triangle, right?
I think it's is it triangle? Maybe, I don't know.
I think so.
But on PS5 it's on square.
Whatever the button got them the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But usually for creator code, if you fill in creator code Space Zamboni,
Yeah.
you could be helping out us as well. It's amazing. Like you help
Be
yourselves
like
out.
me. Buy
help us out.
foreskins.
Look at my full man penis.
Yes, look at that.
Foreskins at a time.
But yeah, like I said,
Fortnite.
for Fortnite, you go on the creator code Space Zamboni.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, helping us out. Appreciate it. Now, I guess it's time to go back to the
Fortnite.
Back
No.
to Fortnite Cordyceps.
more about the Last of Us now.
Fortnite. Now we're going back to the Last
Yes.
of Us. We'll see you back at the Last of
See ya.
Us. Bye.
Bye. Welcome back, guys, from the ad break. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I sure had a good time. Did you?
I did. I like sitting in chairs.
Oh, the ad break's over.
Good news. I got another 20
Fortnite.
minutes of it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, one thing we haven't really talked about that much was the music. I believe
The music.
you talked a little about it, how great it was, but I feel like the main theme song was people recognize it
Yeah, big time.
amazingly. Like throughout the game is like I don't know who the composer was. I know his first name is Gustavo, but what's his last name? I can't.
Do you want me to pull it up? I can pull it up.
Please.
Let me see.
But the guy does a great job at the sound.
Oh my God.
Soundtrack pretty much.
Delicious acoustic guitar.
Gustavo
Nylon string.
Santolala.
Sukalalo.
Yeah.
Santaolalla. Santolala.
Bruh.
But that guy does a great job with guitar.
What a name and what a skill.
Yeah, what a skill!
With a name like that.
He's got that.
He's gotta be
He's got that recognizable song, and he does for Last of Us and Last of Us Part 2, and also the series too.
Dang.
You hear his song
Yeah.
throughout the whole. He plays the guitar and stuff. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to talk about, but that's
Yeah, music good.
Iconic.
music really good. Thumbs up, 2 thumbs up.
Did you guys know
Yeah.
No,
that apparently Joel's character was based off of Josh Brolin in No Country for Old Men?
Oh,
Really?
that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, Josh Brolin was sick in that movie. Not COVID sick, because it was before COVID, so.
it was, but it also
good.
was involved infection.
That's a good movie.
No.
Yeah. There's
But-
no country for him.
Oh shit! Damn, that's
Especially
true.
for Josh Brolin in that movie.
Yeah, that movie doesn't end good for Josh Brolin. The second game doesn't end good for his icon.
For Josh Brolin.
Yeah. Josh Brolin. Times
um,
2.
Here's the thing too with
Yeah.
the guy from Joel, whatever. He's basically throughout the game you realize that the guy was also not like during the whole outbreak. He had to do some really fucked up shit to survive. I guess like he was part of the Hunters group too, which did like a lot of
Yeah.
fucking,
Yeah, that's
fuck
why
up-
he knew their tricks.
like basically kill like a bunch of innocent people.
I know we
like,
get tricks.
I don't know, like pull out tricks to kill them. Yeah, but like
Hey, are you gonna kill those people? I know your tricks.
I know your stuff. I've done it too. I was in your shoes 10 years ago.
I was a little boy like you.
But I guess, speaking of him though, the ending. I'm gonna talk about can we talk about the ending? I guess quickly.
Yeah, of course.
Quickly, I guess. The game came out 10 years ago. The series is over. Like that's the first part.
The game came out like 4 times. If someone hasn't played it the 4 times it's out.
Well, anyway, you have a chance. Either get the
Yes.
hell out of the video now, or
Yeah, jump
you're
off.
stuck. Yeah, get out. Hurry, quickly.
Yeah.
Or whatever. They're not leaving. So
Run.
anyway, so at the end, obviously, what happens is like they reach this hospital like in Colorado. Is it or is that right? I think it's where it is. Colorado, I think. It's where they meet the Fireflies.
Yeah.
And he gets so attached to Ellie and stuff like that, like people
It's a surrogate daughter.
and basically what they have to do in order to like save basically to make a vaccine, they have to actually kill her because it's in her brain. Basically,
Scramble.
Which
her
I don't
brain.
understand. Like, they can't just lobotomize like a little tiny piece and then just like centrifusion and then be like, we have the cure.
Yeah, they're really just like, me, scramble the
Scramble
brain.
all
Like,
of it.
chop the brain.
We need all of it.
Yeah, it's a fine cut of brain. We scramble it.
But like I don't know because it's so intertwined with the brain. I guess they want to use like that part to make the vaccines they can. But so obviously what happens is Joel is not happy about that, and he basically kills a bunch of pretty much a lot of fireflies to get to Ellie.
You would not believe your eyes.
Yeah.
Kills the doctor in the room
Kills all the
too.
fireflies.
And escapes with Ellie. And kills the leader of fireflies too afterwards.
It was so badass.
It was.
That
it was
ending
so cool.
is awesome.
It's it definitely it can be like a controversial piece, I guess.
Yeah, big time.
In some ways, but like
It's
I don't
like
know,
the
what
one
do you,
or a million kind of argument.
it is. But what do you guys
Bro, I would have done the same shit.
Yeah.
They're like, the percentage of her surviving, 0%.
Yeah.
The percentage we get a cure, 10%.
Yeah, I completely agree. Where it's like, all right, they seem like dumbasses.
Yeah.
They already can't even figure out how to save a person without like eliminating their entire brain.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you trust them to come out?
They
with
did
a
not listen to
full-blown
Fight
cure?
for Fighting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm kind of on the
Oh my
same.
God.
I'm on the same fence. Like, I feel like people who are like, "Well, he's so selfish." Like, he was like, he didn't care about humanity. I'm like, well, I mean, I feel like people who say
it's
they'll
no
even have a
guarantee.
kid, don't even like. If they were in a situation, they'd probably do the same fucking thing. They save their kid. I feel like, unless they don't. I get because like people get attached. Like you do anything to save like your kid or whatever, or someone who get too attached to and stuff. And I think it's just a whole like I think it's just a whole crazy. Like, I think people are on both sides. I feel like I've seen like a lot of arguments on both sides,
yeah, big time.
but I get why both sides believe what they say.
yeah,
but
why they butt heads?
I would like to correct my joke. I meant the fray.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't take it back now.
They don't know how to save a life.
how save a life?
But yeah, I think I'm on your fence too with that. Like if it was your own daughter, would you actually let her die? And without even saying goodbye, he didn't say goodbye to her either. That's another thing too.
I would kill them all for way less.
Like, I think it was another thing too I realized too. Like, basically what happens is like, I want to see her again. Like, no, she's going to surgery. Like, let me just say bye to her. Like, whatever. Like, no, kick him out. Whatever. Thanks for delivering her. Get the fuck out of the place. But they could at least handcuffed him or some shit and like burn him up there so he couldn't get out. Couldn't do anything. But
Okay.
was fucked. It was kinda
if you're okay with John Wick killing everybody because they killed his dog, then you should be okay with Joel killing everybody for this.
Yeah.
I feel different, but like, I mean,
Same
obviously,
concept.
well, John. I mean, with
they
John
did break
Wick,
into
it made
the
more
house.
sense.
Yeah.
Well,
They
John
broke
Wick was.
into the
I
house,
mean, I'm
killed
more on
the
John Wick's
dog.
side too, but I'm saying it's a little different
Yeah.
because one forcibly came and killed his dog. One is like, I don't know. It's a whole weird situation.
They are like, we're gonna kill her, and we're not sure it's gonna do anything.
Yeah, big time.
Like I said, I feel like if they said, at least gave him a chance to get goodbye to her, at least that's one
Yeah.
thing. But he didn't even get the chance to do it. They basically kicked his ass out. Like, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here. That's what they.
If they told me we are 100% sure that we're gonna get something out of this, 100% sure it's gonna cure everybody, completely different story.
And the
It's
thing-
just, you're not.
Even then, I'd be like, can you just use like a little piece of her brain?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Put the rest of it in a jar,
Yeah.
like Velma.
oh my god.
But like, and like, if you guys watch, I'm going to say a little bit of part 2 as well, because I don't think it's really spoilers, but like whatever, like the doctor or whatever that like is talking to Marlene about like whether to operate on Ellie or not, or like the doctor's like, yeah, we should totally do it. Marlene's like, well, what if it was your daughter? He never answered the fucking question, never at all. And that kind of like, so obviously he wouldn't do the same thing. So I don't know, but actions have consequences. You see that in Last of Us Part 2.
yeah,
which-
part 2 really does,
But that's-
like when the consequences heavy. It's awesome.
That's why it's such a good fucking game too.
Yeah.
Is because what game has a decision like that where we can talk about it for like 30 minutes?
Yeah.
That's the thing too. It's a great like it's like a great ending because like it makes you really think
Yeah, it's thought
of
provoking.
like like oh shit, like did he do the right thing? And he thought he did, and I mean, should I even go over the second ending or no? Like, or no, probably not. Right, the second part ending or not even. Like,
You mean part 2?
yeah, part 2.
Nah, say part 2. Say part
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say the end for that, but like,
Yeah.
it's just like I'm
Yeah,
on
it's
Joel. I'm
ethics
on
heavy.
kind of on Joel's side because he got attached to her, and like that's the reason why they show like the first part of the game is because they showed that he had an attachment to his daughter. And he lost her.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to do the same thing. It didn't want to happen again. Like he didn't want to go through that shit again because
Yeah, big
basically he
time.
has nothing left except for his brother. Probably that's it.
Yeah, I always felt like part 1 was actions, part 2 was consequences.
Yeah.
So I'm still super interested to see if they ever do a part 3, what would that be?
I think down the road they will. They might be thinking of a script right now. They probably because I think they said the same thing about like the second part. like, oh, we had no idea we'd do the second part, but like about a year later, they're like, yeah, we're doing it, and they show the trailer and everything. So they probably are, because like they know how big it is and stuff, and how, you know, the series itself is pretty damn popular. Like, it's fucking
it's huge.
like it's like
It's
one
a
of the
big
most
IP.
like it kept on getting like more viewers every week. It's insane. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how. Like I don't know. I was surprised how much views it got, but you know, they have another season coming along the way, and I don't know if you guys want to talk quickly about that, or do you want to show, like, because you want to show something too, like behind the scenes thing.
Yeah, I also am interested in because since we're on the topic of a potential third one, if there was a third one, what would you want to see in it gameplay wise that would be different?
Third one?
I want to be in another area. I want to be in like Europe, I think.
Well, that'd be cool, actually. I never thought about that. Actually, I think I go like Japan, Europe, or like
someplace.
or something
Japan would probably be nuts if you could go there. Damn.
And seeing what that would be like. Oh my god.
Like go to well, mostly Tokyo and stuff like that. Yeah, like or some shit like that. Like
Why is this place fine?
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Or like a full Euro trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I would like to see a third one as like a third one as well. I'm sure they would probably. I don't know like how much they can update it. That's the thing. Like,
I think they could add elements from the show. Because Neil Druckmann's talking about, like, in terms of the cordyceps and the way the spores are, and the way they change it in the show, where it's like, okay,
I don't like the stomping thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying, in for a gameplay aspect, right? You could add something like that, where it's like, okay, if you do this here, if it's online co-op, which would be really sick, I would also like to see that.
that'd be nice. That'd be nice to have.
Like online co-op where like my decisions are directly affecting your gameplay path.
That'd be crazy. That'd be like what they promoted Death Stranding to be.
Yeah.
Except
That'd
now
be
it's like a similar, like a delivery simulator, UPS simulator. That's what
Yeah. Delivery man and sleep simulator.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
I mean, I have no idea what I want to see in the third one. Like, obviously, like I want to see like a really good story. That's really obviously, I feel like the gameplay is really good as what it is. Like, even the second part did a better job, and I'm like, obviously, they probably improve it a lot more. But I'm like, how they do it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
I just want like a hopefully good story is so like good and everything.
What if they go balls to the wall and in like the third part you're riding lions like
Oh god.
Or maybe, you know what, I want to see more different infected types too.
Yeah.
That'd be one thing.
Yeah.
Time.
Like and different bosses that do that too. You, like utilize it. Like I think because like, you know, part 2 spoiler they
threw a couple of different ones.
Yeah, which hoping part 3 like expands that more. I think it would, honestly, because it takes place like longer and like you see how other people got affected by the fungi and stuff.
Part 3, if there's not a fungus pterodactyl that you could hop on the back of and ride across Europe, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Yeah, it'd be crazy to see how like the infection, the fungus like advances later on, because I can only imagine like how far ahead they would go also. Because if they do it where it doesn't correlate with like any Ellie storyline, they go anywhere with it.
That's very true.
Yeah. I think it'll take place a couple years later. I think. I think it will,
I think so too.
I don't want to say more because like I don't want like, you know,
Spoil the second one.
Yeah, exactly. I think that one's more recent. That it's not time to spoil it. But like, I guess let's go back to the show quickly though.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the show so far? At least for the episodes that we saw.
I think it's interesting.
Now, interesting as like, is it like for video game adaptation though? What would you rank it?
I'd say it's probably a better video game interpretation than most other things. Usually Resident Evil, they drop the ball on, unless
Correct.
it's like a CGI movie. CGI movie, they generally do a really good job on it. But if it's like a live action show or a movie, they generally just like poop it out and then it's crap. Whereas this, I feel like they're at least making it a labor of love. They make like a couple of interesting different choices and everything, but whatever.
I mean, it's no Super Mario Brothers back in like the 90s, but you know,
That's
honestly,
your comparison point.
With the really small Koopa head men.
I you know, actually, no, but for real, I think it's a great like it's definitely a great video game adaptation. Like they actually gave a shit about the story in the game, at least, or they what they made changes in the story to the game. I think it actually works well in a TV show, and I think it's like it makes sense too. Like, I mean, I'm talking about the first episode at least, where like, you know, he doesn't know where the fuck Joel is. Like, Joel doesn't know where the fuck Tommy is. Mm-hmm. He knew where Tommy was pretty much for the most part or whatever, but like in the series, he was looking for Tommy. That's his main goal, and it actually gives him more of a motivation to do what Marlene wants him to do than in the game, because like he just wants guns. That's it. He just wants fucking guns in the game, and where in the series he just wants to find his brother Tommy. I think it works better in my opinion.
I think there's pros and cons to it, because I think I'm really attached to the video game story.
Yeah.
I didn't mention this yet, but my son's middle name is Joel because of this game. So like when there's things that I feel like are changed for the sake of change, that's when I'm like, all right, that's a little silly. It doesn't really need to be done that way. But for other stuff, it's like I really don't care too much, you know?
Yeah, I try and leave my brain at the door.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It's no Halo, thank God. So
God,
Yeah,
no.
the greatest show ever.
Yeah. Cheeks McGee.
yeah, for real.
Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, that guy's got a monstrous head.
But like I said, the actors in the show were really good too. They did a great job. I was a little Pedro I wasn't worried about as much, but the one of the places Bella Ramsey, right? I don't even I was a little worried at her at first, but she nails Ellie. I think she does a good job nailing Ellie.
She was hardcore in Game of Thrones. She was sick.
And like person who plays as Tess, she did a great job too. Person who plays like Bill, I liked him as well. He still had his mannerisms, or at least he had like that part in the beginning. I'm not gonna say much, but he did a good job too so far.
I just wish that he was in a lot more.
I agree. I mean, in the game, he lives and they just kind of like leave him. So I guess they felt like they could do whatever they wanted with him.
Yeah, they just like brushed him off. They're like,
I feel it's a nice, like more of a nicer ending for him, because like it's not all gloomy. It's just gonna be old gloomy all the time. I feel like I think it works well in the TV show. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say like I think it works well for the most part.
You know, it's a big controversy that this game had when it was first around.
What?
That I just remembered.
poo-poo.
Is that around the same time there was a game called Beyond Two Souls coming out.
Oh.
And that game starred, at the time, Ellen Page, now Elliot Page. And this game was getting a lot of flack for the main character.
Yeah, because Elliot looked very similar
it looked like Ellen Page at the time.
Yeah. So I think they were actually forced to go in and make changes to the design. Yeah.
Dang, really?
Yeah, I could totally see it look like, Ellen Page. I think a lot of people made the joke too and stuff like that. So like, or like, oh, is that Ellen Page playing as that? But it wasn't. So
it would have been cool if it was.
Yeah.
Elliot Page is awesome.
Elliot Page is awesome. Like he's great in the Umbrella.
Oh my God, yeah.
Too. Like that's a great
Umbrella
show.
Academy, yeah.
But yeah,
I wonder if I can find a before and after.
For what?
Oh, the design change.
They definitely, I think they changed a lot. I guess
the one thing that still I can't completely get over is the whole stepping on the vein of the fungus.
Yeah.
Just because it makes me feel like that's more of something that would happen in like World War Z, where it's like that hive mind kind of thing and they all like attack in a swarm.
I get it. I get what you're saying, yeah. I can see some problems against that, but
whatever.
I mean, I think it's going to come into factor later on. I think that's like something to like, because they're not doing spores and they might replace it with the vein. I guess it might be like to make them like somehow dangerous.
And the fungus make out.
Yeah, the fungus kiss was a little weird.
That was terrifying. I feel like that was more terrified by that part because it's like so fucking. Imagine dying like that.
Yeah, I guess my brain didn't catch it as terrifying because I was laughing during that scene. I was like,
I was like, is this real sex?
Is this sex?
Yeah, is this sex?
Yeah. Is this how it's done?
I'm in real trial.
But yeah, I guess going back to like the game now, because like the performance from the actors were good. Like, what's also like great actually, because I know you pulled it up. You're about to pull it up anyway. The behind the scenes footage from the game too. And honestly, like it's kind of cool watching that stuff because you kind of see like how they did before and stuff like that. And I guess we're watching it right now.
Yeah, would you guys like to play a little bit of it?
Huh?
Yeah. I never actually seen the behind the scenes.
Oh, you haven't?
Nah.
It's so cool watching this stuff like for like The Last of Us or like Uncharted and stuff like that. It's cool like seeing how they did it and stuff.
Yeah, these big like story heavy games are really impressive when you see like what goes behind the capture of it and stuff.
Like I kind of wish they did more of this, honestly.
I could watch the whole game like this. Like just them doing the capture.
Same here.
that ain't for kids.
Like, see, it's cool how they have all the set up and everything. Like, how the
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you see like different like yeah.
Rid of that, just
Really?
Yeah, this is so cool. Ah, yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's definitely pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
I like shit like that because it's like you see just see like I said how they make it and like the scenes and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, isn't there like a whole fucking the remake has a developer commentary, right?
What?
They do.
yeah,
crazy.
where you could play the game with like developer commentary on, like while you're playing the
I
game.
didn't know that. I gotta check that out. It's pretty awesome. Oh, that's awesome. You see how they make stuff and yeah.
Then like you get halfway through the game and they're like, oh shit, they're still recording. Ah,
Fuck.
oh yeah, that's my Chipotle order.
Yeah. Hey guys, how far are they in the game right now?
Yeah, and then they start back in like, and this part. Like,
Hey guys, our Uber orders here. Who got the nachos? Hey,
dude,
did
your Postmates is here.
you literally hear them dissecting the order. Who got two large fries? What is this?
Hey, what the fuck?
Anyway, here's where the clickers
Yeah.
fucking hey, they forgot our shakes.
Ah, yeah. Shit.
So this part was a really nice scene, and like, oh, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I didn't ask for like fucking onion rings, you dick.
They put the fucking pickles on anyway. God damn it.
I get.
Where are we at right now? At time?
We are about the time where we start talking about the pricing of the game.
Ooh,
Perfect.
damn.
So I was
that's
gonna ask,
crazy.
like, so I'm gonna say right now,
$1 million.
yeah. no.
What?
$1 million fully
You can
wrapped,
play the game
Rated.
everywhere.
graded, $1 million.
This is so for the PS3 copy sealed. I'm gonna go with sealed and complete in box. Sealed is probably about like $20.
$20.
Complete in box is probably $7.
What?
Are we talking PS3, right? The OG?
PS3, yeah, it's just the OG.
Fantastic.
I'll give it a little bit of a bump. I'll say $30.
That's pretty generous, but you might be right. Let's see.
$30? What do you say for the other ones, Matt?
For which one? Out of the box.
Just complete in box, not sealed. Like that's open like this.
Complete
copy.
in box, 15.
Okay.
Half a 30.
I did not know that there was like a whole bunch of versions of this game. There's
Signed
an
copy,
Ellie
$1
edition.
million.
There's
There are a lot. Like just the let's go with the physical copy.
yeah, I didn't even know there was an Ellie edition.
Ellie edition.
The hell does that even mean? So here we go.
Here comes the back.
We have the numbers. Let me zoom out a little bit. So, you can
$76
see
for a
this.
new copy.
So you have. Can I pull to the side? 1 second. I gotta pull this to the side.
Graded price, $1 million. What?
If I'm about to get mine graded, it's gonna go straight to algebra class,
Oh my
bro. Okay, so you have $10 for loose, $75 for new, which is super
That's
impressive.
crazy. That's really expensive for a PS3 copy. You can.
$333 for graded.
People pay $75. They're wasting their money on that. Because you can get a digital copy too in the PS3 store if you want to as well.
I wonder what the 5-year like high was, because I'm surprised. Obviously the new one came out recently, right? Because you could see the price
Right.
go fucking even 2017 just down, and then it comes back up a little bit, and then it goes right
it
back
loses
down.
the price because there's the remastered version of PS4.
Yep. Yeah.
And they had the part 1 coming out too eventually.
When
so
did the remaster come out for that to drop in 2017?
a couple more years? I thought it was a couple more years later. I thought.
Yeah,
And
me too.
I thought it was like it wasn't like it was like it was like probably around the same time as Uncharted came out, like the fourth one.
Oh, speaking of Uncharted, did you guys know that in Uncharted 3 there's actually a Last of Us Easter egg?
Newspaper.
Ooh.
Ah,
Oh shit! You know.
I remember
I
it,
didn't know about
but
that.
technically you jolted my memory because I forgot about it until you said it. I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
oh shit, he's right.
Yeah. I never
they,
played the
They tend to do it a lot,
so.
though. I think they actually have an Uncharted Easter egg too in Last of Us.
Look at my full man penis.
Oh shit!
Look at my full cordyceps penis.
That'd be a very interesting monster.
No, honestly, that might be. Oh
Did he
my
put bread on his penis?
God. But there's actually Uncharted. Like you play this Uncharted game with the PS3, like in one of the rooms, I believe, in the game. like in the Last of Us game. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then also The Last of Us has like the game store where they have like the copies of all the old games and like Jack and Daxter and stuff like that in there too.
Yeah, they had Jack. Well, I like how Naughty Dog likes to put their games as Easter eggs and stuff. Like even in Uncharted 4, they had like you could play Crash Bandicoot, the first like that one of the Boulder Dash and Crash Bandicoot.
Yes, yeah,
that
yeah.
was fucking cool. I thought that was like a nice thing. I was like, people were like, oh my god, they're actually gonna re-release the games, which they did eventually.
The
The
Insane
ones.
collection.
But
Yeah.
you got something else you're gonna do, Alex, or no? That was it, right?
How much is the PlayStation 4 one?
Oh, do you want me to check that?
Yeah.
That's probably like the same amount, honestly.
It's probably similar,
Probably not that
close,
much
yeah.
different.
$7 million.
Let me check.
Graded.
Last of Us. Last of Us
23.50.
PS4. That's got to be even less now because the remake just came out. The only one that I see that's worth like a significant amount of money is the ones that were bundled with stuff, like the ones
edition stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's one of the backpack. I'm guessing. Right?
limited edition Part 2 gold wireless headset one.
What?
That's
Holy fuck.
That's the one that's a good chunk of money. Chunk of money.
Because
all the other ones are like
shit in it. That's why.
yeah. It's like, oh, this one actually carries. There's poo in this. The press kit is worth $1,500.
Holy crap.
So
But you
I don't
can't
know.
get that's a press thing. It's like
Yeah.
that makes
I guess
sense.
that's why it's worth
I
money.
can see why. I guess with that.
Yeah.
Now, how much is the most recent one worth?
$59.99.
You get used for probably $55.99.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I don't know.
That's some good insight.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
It's that fucking crow.
That crow's back again. All right, we gotta close up shop quickly before
Yeah.
the motherfucker comes back and
Quickly.
kills us.
Before he eats your eyeballs out again.
But-
Quickly, get out of here.
If you like this content, make sure you subscribe to
Yeah.
us. Hit the like button. Comment on what you want. What you want us to do next? Maybe
Yeah.
talk about it. Whatever.
Terracotta
We could
Pie,
talk
the
about that,
video
too.
game. We could talk about that.
We could totally do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's wrap this up quickly. I am Mark.
And I'm Matt.
You got Alex. You got Alex in the back. Say hi, Alex. Say bye, Alex. Before you get taken out. Okay. All right. Great.
We're Nostalgia Critique, and we remember it so you don't have to.
See you later.